I got an email of somebody who asked me, do you write? And can you show me your writing? Well, I'm 51 years age. And I did write before, and I did many, many kilometers. I hope one day that you can look back on the writing like I can in the back. Anyway, never mind. At this moment, I have one 4-year-old stallion who's a crossbreed PRE Lusitano. And I started to ride him. He's already ridden, but he's ridden in a different way. And I am trying to find the connection, and I want the connection with him to be very, very soft. So I have to sit balanced, and he's tacked with a bit. He has a Spanish head collar, and so he has also a Spanish bit. And those bits I prefer because the part of the mouth is straight, so there's not much happening in his mouth. And you can see me holding 4 reins, so it's a little bit of play. If you want a little bit more bending, you can ask the other reins, Pilars, so he bends his head a little bit more. Okay, so far, and I'm writing in Spanish. So far, this is just a little bit playing, just a little bit changing direction, and let him walk the way I want him to walk, the direction. It's a young horse, and I want to find out how small I can get him. When he came with us, I know that they rid him with spurs, and I'm not going to judge these professional riders. He was ridden. He was in a professional school. I'm not going to blame them, but I want to ride him without spurs. I want to ride him actually very small, very tiny. So I have to be careful to not hurt him. I mean, well, the bit is actually, I see the bit as a tool to have a small conversation. And we both decide how rough this conversation is. If I pull the reins, if I pull the bit, then I say something and I want him to respond. That's all. Sometimes I'm so happy, and then now he's enjoying. These are the sounds that a horse is enjoying the thing he does, and that's also very, very important in riding, I think. So I praise him and I tell him that he's a good boy. Now we're going to do the pirouette on forehand. Well, anyway. So Rociero is a young horse, and we're just playing some things like this Spanish walk. This is actually meant as a salute. Well, it's a Spanish exercise. So we're playing a little bit, and I'm not pulling on the rope. At least I try to keep our conversation very small. And he's very sensitive on the bit. I like that. I want to increase this sensitivity because that's what I like. And it prevents us to do this pulling. I mean, I can have principles, but a horse has to agree on my principles. I have to convince him that if I make it very small, very tiny, then it's very easy for him to follow my instructions. Okay, his character is a little bit slow. He's a little bit slow of understanding, and sometimes he also has these moments of, I don't want to do this, and then I have to work on him. So I'm, well, like this. We stand still, and he's a little bit impatient. On one way he's lazy, on the other hand, like this, now he wants to go on. I have to do something. We want to do something. And that's that's the horse. It's not me, it's the horse. And sometimes people say, everything a horse does is caused by you. And I agree on that. I agree on that. But a horse is an animal with a complex brain, so he learns and he can learn, and so he has a lot of possibilities for behavior, and riding, training, schooling, whatever you do, it's all explaining the horse what choices he has in behavior, and make sure, or at least do your best to be partners. So this is a little bit of my principle of riding him, make it small, we are just doing paso a paso, step by step. I don't hurry. I only ride on the moments that I think, yeah, this is a nice moment to ride. The weather circumstances, I don't like to ride in bad weather. So well, starting Rociero to ride and get both prepared on a future of a nice riding horse. I mean, after all, he's beautiful to see. And I like it when he can stop without me pulling the reins too hard, and he asks me, like, now, are you glad?